Hey ladies, I'm Anna from the Pole Body Project. So welcome to the 28-day challenge. So this is week 1 and workout 1. So we're going to walk you through the exercises that are in this particular workout, and I'm just going to tell you a few things that you need. So the only thing that you need is a towel. So we don't want like this towel if it's not going to work. So you want a towel that's sort of like this, something like this, or even a tea towel would work as well. Another thing you need is cute workout gear or your pajamas, or you can work out nude if you want to as well, it doesn't matter. And also a mat just like this, or you can have just the floor or the carpet. I'm a bit of a princess, I like my mat. So yeah, let's get started. So today's workout is going to be a circuit style workout. So you're going to have 8 exercises, and we're going to aim for about 5 rounds, and with about 1 to 2 minute rest at the end of each round. Let's get started.
Okay ladies, Brad here from the Pole Body Project. So I'm going to be guiding you through the technique of each of these exercises throughout this circuit workout. So the first exercise is push-ups. Now there's 3 variations when it comes to push-ups. There's easy, intermediate, and hard. But let's go through how to set up your technique in order to get the most out of your push-ups. So what I'll get you to do, Anna, is lie down on your belly. So lie down prone. So the easiest way to find your hand position for your push-ups is that you want to place your hands just sort of below your armpits, but your elbows want to be in a natural position. So one thing that a lot of people do with push-ups is they go way too wide. And what you'll see here is that the elbows are flaring way too much, and that's putting way too much pressure on your shoulders, and it actually reduces how much strength you have pushing through your chest. So as you can see, this position is very neutral. Now go on your knees and push up as you would from a push up on your knees. That's it. So as you can see, she's pushing up very naturally from there. Okay, so this is the intermediate version. Now all of you will have to decide where you're at. Wherever you start in this program, just focus on moving forward and progressing. So we have 3 variations. So the intermediate version is doing it on your knees. So very simply going down, that's it, coming up. The easiest version is dropping those feet down, putting the weight slightly back, and then just focusing on coming straight down again for a push-up. Yep, so you'll need to move your hands slightly back, that's it, and then pushing up from that position. So this is an easier way to learn how to do a push-up because a lot more weight is bearing over the lower end of your body, and then less weight is over the top. Now the hardest version is obviously going onto your toes. So again, that neutral position, up on your toes, everything nice and tight, and then going straight down. So you're just off the ground, that's it, and coming straight back up. Anna's been doing a lot of push-ups for this example, so she's a bit tired. Okay, awesome, and rest. So our focus rep range for this will be 10 push-ups, and your 3 options are either on your toes, on your knees, or the slight kneeling position to make it easier again. So that's exercise 1. Okay, exercise number 2 will be dips. Now we want to place our hands on either side of our backside, and you can do this on a chair. As you can see here, we're doing on the edge of a lounge because we have a low set lounge here. And what you want to do is just slightly walk your legs out so your bottom is just hovering just off the edge. And then all we want to be doing from this position is going straight down, nice and controlled, until our elbows hit a 45-degree angle, and then pushing straight up and squeezing those triceps. So what you don't want to do is have your bum too far away from the lounge. So walk out a little bit too far and then go down from here. So as you can see here, there's a lot of tension on the shoulders. And it's a big mistake that we see all the time when it comes to dips. So all you need to do is just have your bottom just hovering over the edge of the chair or the lounge, and that's it. So this is the easiest version. So again, just having your legs slightly bent at a 45-degree angle. If you want it harder, you can extend your legs, make it a little bit straighter. But again, just be mindful of how far away your bottom is away from the chair or the lounge. Again, making sure that we're having that natural 45-degree angle with the shoulders, and we're not putting too much pressure on the glenohumeral joint. And we're going to be focusing on doing 12 reps on this exercise for dips, and that's exercise number 2. Let's move on to exercise number 3. Okay, our 3rd and 4th exercise is going to be a hybrid of the same movement. So the initial movement is going to be a hip thrust. So getting on the edge of a chair, or as in this case, the edge of a lounge, and then just placing our shoulder blades comfortably on the edge of the lounge. And we want to place our hands in a neutral position. So just across the chest, just like this is perfectly fine. Our feet are about shoulder width apart. And what we want to focus on is looking forward, keeping our rib cage quite neutral and not rocking and keeping it quite stable, and then just driving our glutes upwards while squeezing them and squeezing everything nice and tight. Awesome, so that's a hip thrust. So we're gonna be doing 15 reps of these, and this is what not to do. So what we wanna focus on doing, so as you can see, the top half of Anna's body is staying quite neutral. We don't wanna open up everything nice and open like that. We don't wanna do that. We wanna keep everything nice and tidy in the middle. That's it, so that's what not to do, and this is what you should do. That's it. So as you can see, she's looking forward, keeping everything nice and engaged. So we're getting a lot more movement from the hips and also the glutes. All right, so once we've done 15 reps of hip thrust, we're gonna finish off with 2 5-second holds with keeping one leg extended. So extend one leg for me, Anna. So we're gonna be holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, swapping. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 seconds, obviously in normal time. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then holding again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. So exercise 3 and 4 is going to be a variation, 15 reps of hip thrusts, followed by 5-second holds with a leg extended, twice on each side. Okay, awesome. Let's go over the next exercise. Okay, our next exercise is going to be focusing on using this towel. So we want to hold the towel just shoulder width apart, and we want to focus on enough tension where we feel like we're squeezing it outwards. So if you just show the camera, that's it. So really squeezing it outwards. So what we want to do is have our feet shoulder width apart, and we want to focus on bending over, having everything nice and hinged. So face that way for me so you can see. That's it. Having the towel closest to our knees. That's it. And while squeezing the towel outwards, we want to row the towel to our belly button. So that's it, and squeezing nice and tight. So if you're squeezing as much as you can outwards, as well as driving those elbows back and squeezing the middle of our back together. So just face towards the front door for me, Anna. So as you can see here, squeezing all the way back. That's it. Swapping sides again, moving around. So as you can see here, really focusing on squeezing that back together. Now this exercise is called a towel row, and we'll be focusing on doing 20 reps of this exercise. Facing forward. And if you do this properly, you will feel it, it will hurt, and it will burn. We will be focusing on 20 reps of this exercise. Okay, pretty straightforward. Let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, the next exercise is a bodyweight squat. Now, when it comes to getting your technique really right for a squat, first things first, we want to have our feet around shoulder width apart. Now, some people might like a wider stance. Some people might like a slightly narrow stance, but again, it comes down to what is really comfortable for you, because we all have different sizes and shapes in terms of limbs, so everyone's going to be slightly different. So again, just focusing on what's natural for you. Now, if we face the other direction, we can focus on where the weight should be. So if we rock your weight forward and backwards, you can feel the weight too far in your toes and too far in your heels. You want the weight to feel like it's going through the middle of your foot and it's evenly distributed. So Anna's just pointed out where the weight should feel. Okay, awesome. Now what we want to be doing is having your hands anywhere it's comfortable, out front, across your chest, whatever you like. And we want to just be coming straight down to a nice 45-degree angle, coming down, that's it, and coming straight up just like that. So we don't want to be doing these half rep harries. So show us a half rep harry, that's it. That's way too high. Also show us way too low. Go too low, too low. Yeah, so as you can see, there's too much curvature in the lower lumbar. So we want to focus on everything nice and neutral. So show us a good form. Again, nice and low, driving straight up through the medial part of your foot. Okay, awesome. And you'll know this as well. Now, show me what happens if the weight's too far forward, Anna.
Too far forward?
Yep, so if you're squatting and your weight's too far forward. So as you can see here, weight's way too far forward. Now show me what weight looks like when it's too far back.
No,
so again,
fall over.
so again, a little bit too far back. So you'll be able to notice this, and especially as you're doing a bodyweight squat, it's really good to experiment how the weight feels through your feet, because that'll give you a good indication of where the weight should be performing a squat. So as you move and progress into doing weighted squats with a barbell, if you can practice making sure the load is going through the medial part of your foot, as you can see here, if there was a bar across the medial part of Anna's shoulders, if you just put your arms directly by your side over the medial part of your foot, so as you can see here, the weight will be going directly over the medial part of her foot, which means that she'll have the most power driving the load straight up. Awesome. So when it comes to doing squats, we'll be doing 20 reps of bodyweight squats to finish off this circuit. And now we'll be moving into the ab section. Okay, so last is our ab exercise, and it's going to be a superset with a burner in terms of our legs, followed by a plank. So the first thing we're going to be doing is a wall sit. So you just need to find a wall. So Anna, if you could use that beam just beside you, perfectly good wall. And you just want to be focusing on that natural squatting position. So coming down, our feet just off, that's it. Nice and neutral. Your hands can be on your knees, or I prefer across your chest so you're not leaning off anything. And we want to be holding this position for 30 seconds. So once 30 seconds has passed, you want to be going down onto the mat for a plank position. So you can hop off that now, I won't make you do 30 seconds. And now you just want to be going on a normal plank position on your elbows. So again, everything nice and neutral. And what you want to focus on really importantly throughout this plank is pulling your belly button through to your spine and keeping your core nicely engaged. So we don't want to be going too low. So show us the too low, Anna. So again, that's way too low. Show us too high. No bridges, that's it. No pyramids, and come back down. So nice neutral spine. Making sure also that our neck is quite neutral as well. So don't keep your head too high. Don't keep your head too low. Just keep it nice and neutral spine. And then we'll be holding this for 30 seconds and then rest. Okay, awesome. Now we're going to demonstrate each exercise for 5 seconds each, simultaneously after one another, so you can see the whole circuit play out in front of you. Exercise 1, push-ups for 10 repetitions. Exercise 2, dips for 12 repetitions. Exercise 3, hip thrusts for 15 repetitions. Exercise 4, hip thrust single leg holds for 4 repetitions, 2 on each side, holding for 5 seconds. That's it. Other side, 5 seconds, times 2, and rest. Exercise 5, towel rows for 20 repetitions. Making sure that we're squeezing the towel outwards as well as rowing our elbows backwards. Bodyweight squats for 20 repetitions. Wall sit hold for 30 seconds. Supersetting with a plank hold for 30 seconds. And rest. We'll be focusing on doing 5 rounds of this with a 1 minute rest between each round. And that's it. Good luck.
Have fun.